Federation Account Allocation Committee shared 1.152 trillion naira to the three tiers of government for February 2024. Naira gains 10% to 1,382 naira to a dollar after Central Bank of Nigeria clears forex backlog. Plus, oil slips Friday on possible Gaza ceasefire and stronger dollar. Our guest on the program today is Justus Nwosu, technopreneur and co-founder of Binox and Hurricane Digital Agency. Together, we will be discussing e-commerce. The program is Business Express, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Musa Abubakar, your guide. Well, let's talk business. The Federation Account Allocation Committee, FAC, at its February 2024 meeting, shared a total sum of 1.152 trillion naira to the three tiers of government as Federation allocation for February 2024, from a gross total of 2.326 trillion naira. From the stated amount, the federal government received 352.409 billion naira. States received 366.950 billion naira, while local government councils got 267.153 billion naira, while the oil producing states received 166.244 billion as derivation. The communique issued by FAC at the end of the meeting indicated that the cost of collection was 66.456 billion naira. Transfers, intervention and refunds amounted to 856.937 billion naira, while 250 billion naira was saved. The meeting, chaired by the Minister of Finance and Coordinator Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, also reported an increase in revenue from sources such as petroleum profit tax, import duty, excise duty, and customs, external tariff levies, and decreases in electronic money transfer levy and companies' income tax. Now, with Nigeria's foreign reserve growing and foreign exchange backlog of $7 billion settled, stakeholders say Naira stability and investor confidence is sure.
Yesterday, the central bank finally announced that they've cleared the forex backlog that they inherited. That is serious work. About $7 billion was cleared.
In another development, the U.S. government has filed a landmark antitrust lawsuit against Apple, in which it accuses the tech giant of maintaining a broad, sustained and illegal monopoly over the smartphone market. The case filed in the U.S. District Court for the District of New Jersey says that Apple undermines apps, products and services that will otherwise make users less reliant on the iPhone, promote interoperability and lower cost for consumers and developers. The U.S. Justice Department alleges that Apple exercises its monopoly power to extract more money from consumers, developers, content creators, artists, publishers, small businesses and merchants, among others. And now to our discussion, the industry report reveals that the e-commerce sector of Nigeria reached an average of 9.02 billion naira in 2023 with an annual growth rate of 11.74%, resulting in a projected market volume of $14.06 billion by 2027. Just like in Nigeria, global e-commerce sales are expected to witness an upsurge over the next few years as new markets are emerging. How is the e-commerce in Nigeria and how is the country positioned for this growth? We have in the studio Justice Nwosu, a techpreneur, and co-founder of Binox and Hurricane Digital Agency for some answers. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. It's nice being here. I would say right now the e-commerce industry.
Now, before we, I'm supposed to do the question, and you do the answer. Okay, well, let's delve into it. How do you see the penetration of e-commerce in Nigeria, and what market products? What market products do you see on the listing?
Okay, I would say the e-commerce system in Nigeria is struggling, right? But definitely rising. Now, in the next few years, we're bound to see a very huge rise. But this actually will come from two different sections. Number one, the e-commerce system has to appeal more to Nigerians. You know, now you could see e-commerce in the US or in Europe actually operates in a certain different way because the ideology, the nativity of these people are very different. But to Africans, it's quite different. So you have to build products that serves them. You see, so you just can't bring e-commerce that is being used.
So are you saying the penetration, we don't have much penetration in
Nigeria,
we've had, Africa?
We've had penetrations, but we've seen companies like Jumia still don't post profit, reasons because of difficulties they face. And this is one, the people they are serving, right, and the expectations. This means most times people lose trust. So you have to build in system that creates trust for these customers. And two, the infrastructures also. So we don't have a very good infrastructure to leverage on as an e-commerce system. So you have to start building your own and going through different things that actually makes business very stressful, like fuel price, the dollar rates, the dollar, and all of those things that actually make business very terrible. So you see you're spending $1
Must business be transacted in dollars?
No. Business mustn't be transacted in dollars, but when the dollar is being, when the naira is being devalued and all of those, it actually affects the price of goods, also affect the price of whatever logistics system that is needed to actually take that product from the warehouse or from the seller to the customer. And e-commerce is just, the e-commerce system is just either an app or a website that actually enable customers to actually buy things. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of work that goes at the background to actually get that product to the customer.
Okay, you talked about infrastructure and other issues. Do you think we still need enlightenment at this point in time to get people to? But it's their experience, it's people's experience. If you now buy on e-platform, you make it easier for yourself because at the end of the day, the goods get delivered to your doorstep. So do we need enlightenment at this point in time?
Okay, having built e-commerce system, I'm currently building a system that is e-commerce-like and a delivery platform. People get to see the order, they made an order, and then it gets to their doorstep in minutes or in hours or in days, depending on the kind of system. But beyond that, there's a lot of work that goes on at the background, a lot of work. For example, if it's a last mile delivery, you have to make sure the rider is readily available to take it to the customer in minutes. The rider has to be well paid, and yet the customer wants a very low cost service. Who's going to pay for that? If it's probably something they're buying from maybe China, or maybe they're buying from a vendor that imports and is in Lagos, and you're buying this thing in Abuja, that means you're expecting it to get to you in 3 days or in 2 days, and the cost for that shipping is not captured in the product or in the charges, because you're expecting the charge to be as low as 2,000 naira or 1,000 naira, but the actual shipping or delivery from another state to your state is a lot. And you get to see sometimes these prices are hiked because of the fuel price. Also because of the bad road and all. Imagine sometimes I was going to take 3 days to get to Abuja and taking more days, you know, and the driver is...
So what, besides you talked about infrastructure, what do you think needs to be put in place so that a lot of Nigerians can take advantage of the e-commerce space?
I would say right now for many tech brands that are giving e-commerce solution right now, many of us are really we're going through the hard knots, you know, to provide these services. Now, many of us are not looking at being profitable in the...
But you are in the business to be
Yeah, I'm in the business, and I will tell you, we're not looking at being
it?
profitable like quickly. You know, we're in the business to be profitable in 3 years, 4 years, 5. And, you know, and I know what it takes. So right now, we are spending $1 to actually make probably $0.5 or even $1 back, you know. But what we're doing is actually mining or gathering data to actually use to scale in the nearest future. So now for the customers, I think system like ours is actually here to give you the best. So don't bother about the cost or whatever it costs us to actually give you the best. Our job is to actually give you the best services. And when you get the best service, you actually then, like our system, Binox, is actually to give you the best service and provide trust using our AI. And when you get this trust, it enables you to transact on our platform often. And at the end of the day, e-commerce will actually now be more of a thing in Africa. But on the long run, we now know that we make our money is being made. It's more of a macroeconomics, right? And when we say macroeconomics, that means there are little bits of transaction fees that we pile up together in volume of number of transactions to make profit. So what we're doing now is more of gathering data and building the proper system that the customers need so that we can make profit in 5 years.
Okay, the last time I checked, it was around 7 unicorns in Africa, with 4 having presence in Nigeria, but more have been expected. How do you see this going?
I would say having such amount of unicorn in Africa and 4 in Nigeria has actually aided many young persons to actually get jobs. You could see the amount of jobs in Nigeria has actually, many young persons has actually transited from traditional jobs to the technology or internet kind of jobs. Probably coders, software engineers, and digital marketers and all. But now if you look at the likes of InterSwitch, right, and Jumia and the rest, what they've done for us is to provide an enormous amount of jobs for the next generation coming in. And also they've provided a pathway for the next unicorns coming in. And also, they've also put us on the global map too. Now, for more unicorns to come into Nigeria, or to come out of Nigeria, is very much possible, but it's going to take a lot of hard work because of where we are right now in the country. But it's very much possible. Okay. And with more unicorns coming out in the country, means more jobs coming out, more opportunities for the young ones, and also with the 3MTT that is also going to be, that the current administration is actually putting in place to actually help young people gain technology skills. This means while there are more unicorns coming out and more technology solutions coming out, there are more people to actually get jobs. So I see a better future when it comes to this.
Okay, Mr. Nwosu, I think we'll now pause, then we'll take some stories, then we continue this conversation. Just hold on. Now to energy market, where oil prices slipped this Friday on the possibility of a nearing Gaza ceasefire that could ease geopolitical concerns in the Middle East, while a stronger dollar and faltering U.S. gasoline demand also weigh on prices. Brent crude futures fell 53 cents, or 0.6%, to $85.25 a barrel. U.S. crude futures shed 52 cents, or 0.6%, to $80.55 per barrel. Both contracts ended the week flat or slightly after down, rising more than 3% last week. Analysts say oil was trading lower on reports of UN draft resolution calling for a ceasefire in Gaza, and as another round of profit-taking kicked in. Now let's see prices of other commodities on the global market. And now let's head to the capital market, where it's a positive wrap on the equities market in Nigeria as the NGX All Share Index appreciated to 104,647.37 basis point. Market capitalization stands at 59.168 trillion naira. Investors exchanged 505.187 million shares valued at 14.235 billion naira in 9,574 deals. Well, we're still with Mr. Wosu in the house, and my question for you, it's the 3 trillion. I believe you must have been following this initiative by the Ministry of Innovation and Digital Economy about the 3 MTT. That's the 3 million technical talents. What are the prospects, and how will this aid e-commerce?
Okay, the 3MTT program that's initiated by NITDA and our Honorable Minister is actually a very wonderful one. I would say now, Nigeria population as of 2022 is 217 million, yeah, and currently right now the youths are over 115 million, which shows that youths are over 70% of the population. Now, if the youths are of this population, and we are serving, and the 3 MTT, right, is here to solve, to give technical talents to over 3 million youths. Now, this means you're actually creating a fast-paced future where these persons will create solutions that will actually launch the nation into the next round of positivity. And also, as they are launching new solutions, also there are also more people who also are going to be getting jobs from these solutions. So now, this 3MTT is going to actually change narrative in the next 5 years of the young people. You see the level of crime is going to reduce. Also, the level of awareness when it comes to technology is also going to go up. Because when you provide solutions for people, for young people in such a country where we are right now, the next few years is actually going to be more better. And for e-commerce, what's going to do for us is this. You see, there'll be more competition in this space whereby young people are trying to create more better solutions, faster solutions than the ones we have right now. So the competition is going to be more tougher because now they are picking up the problems from where the last problem solver actually stopped to build up new problems. And also, this also means, imagine if I train one person, right, and he goes about passing knowledge to 10 more persons. There are going to be more tech-inclined people, and there are going to be more tech-inclined people who actually trust technology and trust e-commerce. So what this does for us is it creates more jobs, right? It also helps people create more solutions, and also creates the level of a new section of new people who actually trust technology, thereby making technology businesses in Africa strive more.
Okay, just a fast one. Artificial intelligence, AI. How do you see the adoption? Because we talk about, like in advanced countries, they talk about AI taking jobs and, you know, affecting a lot of job opportunities out there. But in the case of Nigeria, how do you see that adoption of AI, and how will it help in basically the e-commerce space and in small and medium-scale enterprises, in Nigeria?
Okay, thank you for that question. I've been a very positive activist of AI all the way over 6 years ago. Before AI became very popular, I've really been into AI for a long time. And I really do not see AI taking jobs. It might look like taking jobs, yeah, but for those persons who are actually well positioned for the future, I would just say I see AI making jobs more better and interesting. Now, making problem solving more better and interesting. I don't know, probably I'm talking from the entrepreneur's point of view, but I will say this, right? I've used AI to actually correct a lot of codes. So when I'm writing codes and there's a problem, there's a big problem, I just copy my codes and put in probably like the one we know, popularly known as ChatGPT, and it gives you solutions to this code. So you see, I end up giving much efficient solution to my business or to an employer, or whatever, using these solutions, you see. And AI is just even beyond that. AI is going to go into many more things too. Even for the camera I'm facing right now, the AI can actually even be used to enhance the visuals I see. You know, it could be used to do a lot of things in real time. AI could actually be used in traffic lights, could be used also in e-commerce, like what we are doing at Binox, to actually create trust between the seller and then the buyer, and also the entire logistics chain. You see, AI for me, and I think that's what I know. I think last year we did some campaigns around AI where we had lots of youths come together, and we did a lot of advocacy around AI. And we saw how these youths this year are using these things that have been taught to actually do much better at the place of work. So I see AI as your best buddy or your best friend who actually can help you deliver more with your work. So it actually makes you more efficient. But at the same time, when this is being done, or as this is being done, right, some jobs are going to be irrelevant. That means people must be updated with jobs or with skills that actually are in tune with the future.
Okay, that's quite interesting. Well, thank you very much, Justice, also technopreneur and co-founder of Binox and Hurricane Digital Agency. Thank you for sharing your thought with us.
Thank you very much.
And now let's head to global markets. On the global scene, U.S. stocks tick higher following another record-setting day for the major averages. Well, Bossede is standing by with global market updates. Bossede, let's have it.
All right, Musa, thank you very much. Well, the Bank of England held interest rates as expected on Thursday, but hinted cuts could be on prospect as inflation falls faster than anticipated. However, the European markets were slightly lower Friday afternoon as stocks soared on an all-time high in previous session. DAX top 0.6%, FTSE 0.47%, while CAC 40 of France dipped 0.43%. Asia, Japan's Nikkei 225 briefly crossed 41,000 to hit a fresh all-time high on Friday as the country's inflation accelerated in February, while other Asia markets declined. Nikkei top 0.18% across 40,888.42, while the Shanghai Composite dipped 2.16%, and Hang Seng Index followed suit at 0.95%. Most U.S. stock futures are nosediving this Friday, but the major averages heading for a winning week after 2 straight days of record-setting gains. However, Dow Jones Industrial Average is at 0.0% low, S&P 500 0.10 low, and Nasdaq Composite 0.21%. In Africa, Ghana, GSE, South Africa, and Namibia wrapped the last trading day in the week positive, while Tunisia negative at 0.05%. That's the market review for today, being the last trading day in the week. I am Bossede Ebo. Back to you, Musa.
Thank you, Bossede. Now let's take a quick look at other stories before we wrap it up. Multiple taxation and levy on traders of local market has been identified as one of the major factors causing inflation and influencing the fluctuation in prices of staples and consumables in the country. To this end, traders are urging the government to intervene with practicable policies to regulate and monitor the relevant tax agencies to make way for reduction of prices of essential commodities, as these commodities have nothing to do with exchange rate. Gift Ogbe interacted with dealers and traders at the popular Swali Ultra Modern Market in Yenagua, the Bayelsa state capital, and filing this report.
Rice, beans, and cassava flakes, generally called gari, are popular staples widely consumed by many households in Nigeria. Regrettably, the rising inflation has adversely affected these staples, making them practically out of reach for many low-income earners. Traders in the popular Swale market in Yenagua lament this scenario has drastically reduced the purchasing force of these food items, resulting in low patronage.
This one we are selling the custard of it to 1 night of now. But initially it was 2002, 2003. But now it has gone down to 1,900 naira. This they just added small money. Just like this one before, we used to sell this one 3,500. But now it's 3,800 naira of now. While the iron one is 4,500 instead of 4,000 we used to sell it. While the rice, we have the one of 5,500, we have the one of 6,000, we have the one of 6,500. It depends on the products of the rice. The market no today like that because of the cost of things. You know, there's no money in the town. So people, if you are selling 10 rubber of rice before, now you are selling 5 rubber of rice because of the money that's not in the town.
Last time when I wanted to buy, my wife said I should wait because it's festive period, it's December period, that by January it will come down. I said, okay, no worry about that now. But when January when it come down, we will buy more then. But let me buy this one. I buy at 43,000 at then, December. So now it's almost 75, 80,000 that they are telling me now. So I feel that it's not just coming down because before they say it's 100,000 that I've been hearing, I've been reading about it. But for me, it's not coming down because what you have been buying 35,000 is now to 80, now 75. To me, it's not coming down.
According to Bashiru Usman, a major dealer in rice and beans, the fluctuating price is as a result of multiple taxation and levies by government agencies which drain traders.
A lot of this rice, we are bringing it from Kano or Bayelsa here. Look at this truck now, we carry our lot come here now. If you go as the driver, how he get permission to enter Bayelsa, you understand, use of rice. Number one, there is paper that he must buy it 150,000. And there is small paper. There are many ways then they charge the drivers. When they charge all those things, so the owner of the truck, he go calculate all those things, put it for the transports. You understand? So the two will later come back to marketers. You understand? Then place we buy the load. You understand? We later come pay all those expenses that the government charge the drivers.
Others are of the view that demands outweigh supply, hence the need for government to invest massively in agriculture to increase food supply and security.
Only problem. So what I want to advise Nigerians and particularly Bayelsans is that let them go into serious farming. That's the only way we can ensure that the price of goods and services are reduced. In the absence of that one, price will continue to escalate.
The government's back to agriculture policy becomes imperative now. Therefore, no land should be left uncultivated.
Well, that's it. Business Express returns next week. I'm Musa Bakar. Thanks for your company.